Saint Lucia's Cannabis Task Force is gearing up to host a regional cannabis symposium.
It was felt that there was a need for us to have this course at a regional level to engage some of the other jurisdictions that have already passed cannabis legislation and set up cannabis regimes. So to that end, we engaged Jamaica, St. Kitts, St. Vincent, Antigua and Barbuda, and Barbados in discussions, and we've now invited the CEOs and directors of the authorities in these countries to come to Saint Lucia.
Senior Legal Officer in the Ministry of Commerce, Dylan Norbert Inglis, provided an overview of the planned event.
They will be here next week for the symposium on the 19th and 20th. On the 19th, they will be making presentations to our local stakeholders as to what the teething pains were in these jurisdictions, how they went about establishing the regimes in those jurisdictions, what they have noted as positives and what they also note as drawbacks in these jurisdictions.
Organizations from St. Lucia were also extended invitations to be in attendance and engage regional and local stakeholders.
On the second day, we intend to execute an MOU with these authorities to set up the Caribbean Cannabis Forum to allow for ongoing discussions, problem-solving, information sharing, because we do understand that the cannabis industry internationally is an evolving industry and it's quite quickly evolving. So we want to ensure that we're not operating in silos, trying to establish our industry and reinvent the wheel on our end, but that we continue to keep open discourse throughout the Caribbean and we engender that culture of discourse throughout the Caribbean.
Director, St. Lucia Bureau of Standards and PRO Cannabis Task Force, Vernie Manuel, provided an update on St. Lucia's cannabis legislative framework thus far.
With regard to our legislation, we are in the final stages of stakeholder consultation. We are also reviewing currently the draft regulations which will accompany that legislation. It has been an iterative process, and we're also in the process of publishing some cannabis standards from the Saint Lucia Bureau of Standards with regards to the quality management in cannabis, the use of cannabis, labeling of cannabis products.
St. Lucia has so far made amendments to the legislation, allowing an individual to carry up to 30 grams of cannabis and to cultivate 4 plants per household. And anything out of those guidelines will require a license under establishment of the new framework.